Martin Nisenholtz, the founder of the nytimes.com and one of the principal architects, if not the principal architect of the New York Times' online experiment. Welcome to Arts and Labs Innovation Central.
Thank you.
Martin, what have you most learned from this very exciting New York Times investment in digital?
Well, I've learned that in a culture that is 170 years old, that you need to have patience. Innovation is not always about striking gold in the next 10 minutes. It can be about long-term events as well. And so, bringing something to life and then seeing it grow over 15 or 16 or even 17 years is also a form of innovation. And the idea of a 200-year-old culture, 17 years is not even 10% of that, right? And that's essentially the age of the internet, of the web that we've all worked in. So there are all sorts of innovation. The other thing I guess I've learned is that innovation doesn't just have to be new ideas. It can be the restructuring of businesses in ways that make them more efficient. And that's really often ignored. The most innovative ideas are sometimes ideas that take costs out of a business rather than adding costs in. And that's not something that you necessarily read about a lot.
Martin, the New York Times has been very bold in terms of insisting on its paywall, in doing away with its purely free website. Has that been a success for you?
It has been. It has been a success much more than we thought it would be. When we first modeled the business, we thought, for example, that people would trade out of the New York Times in print down to digital. By down, I simply mean that it's a lower price point. I don't mean by any means that it's an inferior product. In fact, as the inventor of nytimes.com, I think it's superior to the print product. But having said that...
And I would agree, actually.
Having said that, one of the most interesting things is people always say to me, why do you just simply replicate the contents of the newspaper online? That's such a funny thing because 90% of the content of the website by 12 or 1 o'clock is content that's never been in the New York Times newspaper. And in fact, the newspaper is becoming a version of the website. But putting that aside, I think we've all been delightfully surprised at how successful the paid experiment has been. How many people are willing to pay, the fact that the churn rates are very, very low, and that the majority of print subscribers are actually seeing the digital option as one that expands their their optionality in terms of using the New York Times throughout the day and in other forms. So it's just been a really great a success so far.
So Martin, the future of the internet isn't free, it's paid.
I think the future of quality content is paid. I think that the model that we actually grew our model out of the FT's model, which was a freemium approach. I think you have to be very careful, Andrew, about suggesting that it's paid or free. I think the blend of the two is very, very important because the advertising markets still want enormous scale, and we need to deliver that at the New York Times, and we do. And so the free part of the website, the fact that you can share the content, blog it, email it, you share it on Facebook, tweet it, all for free, creates a very large audience. But the fact that people who use it deeply are going to be paying is also quite necessary because the advertising markets are so volatile.
Well, Martin Nisenholtz, the architect of NewYorkTimes.com, the inventor of this remarkable experiment in online journalism, thank you so much for appearing on Arts and Labs Innovation Center.
Thank you.